Hello, hello. May peace and blessings be with you. I am so super excited that I have a super special guest with me tonight, Adriana. Adriana, how are you?
I am so excited to be here with you. I'm so excited. It's like a dream come true. I always see you doing your interviews, doing your lives, and I never thought I'm going to be here too. So I am thrilled to be here.
It is going to be so much fun. I feel like this is going to be one of my favorites. I already know it. We're going to have lots of fun. Okay, so Adriana, I am so excited to have you here, and I want to just have you introduce yourself um, briefly to my audience, and then we'll get started. I want to ask you a few questions. We'll do that.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Adriana Marvel, and I am the founder of Become and Conquer Coaching. I'm a transformational coach, and I've been doing this for a couple of years, and I've been in the self-development for, God, 10, 15 years now. I don't even count the numbers and the years anymore, but it's been quite a journey. I'm originally from Romania, from Europe. Growing in the 80s in an indoctrinated country, with communist and patriarchal culture when was above women. So I grew up in the certain situations that kind of model me to become an adult with a lot of struggles and a lot of issues and a lot of, if I can call it, emotional experiences that got me to a point when I said enough, it's enough. And then that took me to starting my journey into my own discovering, my self development, and then from there was just I felt that is my duty to share what I have learned and what I have experienced with the world too.
Adriana, you do the coolest posts on Facebook. I love watching your reels. I love watching your posts, reading your posts. You just have such a positive presence. And I love that you're so passionate. I call you a powerhouse woman. Like it's just so amazing. Every time I look at something you're posting, it gives me so much energy. So you're my like energizer. And I love that.
Like my mom called me the Energizer Bunny. She never stops.
Yep. That's definitely you. Okay, so I know that we want to talk about emotions today, right? The hidden truth about emotions. So
Yes.
just talk to us. Let me know also why you're so passionate about helping other people transform their life.
Most definitely. Like this is how I see this myself and the journey took me to where I am today. And it's a saying that you can't help anybody else if you cannot help yourself. And I try my since I was a child. I was a very curious child. I ask a million questions about everything and anything, and I always doubt everything. Like, okay, why the tree is a tree? Why this flower is this way and not the other way? So I was like always bugging everybody with all these crazy questions. And sometimes life essential questions like why is me, and and then I start going through my own life experiences. I never left that curiosity. And then as life, a friend of mine says life is lifing you, things is happening in your life. You don't have the right tools. Unfortunately, we didn't grow up with the right tools to know how to handle our emotions, to know how to handle traumas, experiences through our life. And we just figure it out as it goes. And then it comes a point in your life when you hit a rock bottom, and then sometimes some people never get out of that rock bottom. And it happened to me. I fell a couple of times, and it took me very many years and long time to get out of there because I didn't have the right tools and I didn't know how. And then I start doing this search because the last time, couple of years ago, I fell so deep that I really felt like it was the end of everything. I had two options. One is that I'm done. This game called life, I'm just pressing the button stop and I'm done with it. Or I decide to something happen. And when I look at the person in the mirror and I said, that's it, I'm done. And I said, something has to change. Then guess what? The person in the mirror looked back at me and he said, not something has to change. You have to change. And that for me was maybe the first time when I saw myself looking in the mirror for real. Not like when you go in the bathroom and you make up and you get ready, but you actually never actually glancing at the person in the mirror and see maybe what that person in the mirror needs from you today. Because we give everything to everybody, but we never give nothing to us. And you know what they say, you can give nothing from an empty cup. And that was me. I had was empty and I still want to give, and I didn't have what to give anymore. And my drive in this life is to not necessarily help, because I can't help nobody in one sense, but share, because it's not given to me to keep it. A gift is to give it, not to keep it. And all my experiences, I think I had to go through what I had to go through so I can learn from it. I had the right people, the right circumstances that came in my life and taught me that my emotions are not what I think they are. And they give me the right tools so I know how to handle them, to control them, to manage them, to understand them. And then at one point I'm like, I can't just keep this gift because it's not mine. It was given to me to pass it on, because everything is just to pass it on. And then that's when I had this idea or this feeling or this calling to pass it on to other people. And I just start talking with people because I love talking, I love people, I'm crazy about humans the way we are. And questions like from my curiosity childhood came back to me, which one will be why people do what they do. Because I truly believe the majority of us, or I will say all of us, let's be honest, every single human I ever met, we are all good, we all mean well. But sometimes somewhere somehow something happened with you that broke you, and then it transformed you in someone else that is not who you truly are. And underneath all of that, we have gifts to give. And that's why for me it's important to share and speak up and give to people what was given to me, pass it on. Because you cannot, we all of us, as an example, me, I want to hold space for someone that is suffering. How can I hold space for someone that's suffering that I love and I want to care for them if I don't know how to hold space for me? And life, it's you ask and it's given to you, don't you worry. He said, oh, this is what you want to learn to do, okay, I'm gonna give you. And I'm gonna give you the right people, right people to hurt you, to betray you, to lie to you, to whatever, in any way, shape, or form. So that's the only way you will learn. Because I always say, you will learn your wound, it's your wisdom. You learn from your wounds. You don't learn when you're happy and you're joyful.
Adriana, such beautiful share. I want to say that coaches overall are my favorite kind of people. I love, like, I when I first started building my business, I was working with any online entrepreneurs, right? Because I really was trying to help them, get online and get tech figured out and all of that good stuff. But after working with so many different industries and so many different people, I have my heart set on working with coaches because they are so like growth minded, right? And they have such a beautiful heart of wanting to give or wanting to see the best in other people. And when I look at you, you embody that so beautifully. And Adriana, I have to tell you this, that whenever like I think about any, like, almost I feel like an impossible thing, right? And I think of you and I say that Adriana can do it. If anyone can do it, Adriana can do it. It's so amazing, right? Like, and we have not known each other for that long, right? I think we met probably sometime last year, right?
Less than a year, yes.
Yeah. And I see you constantly going after what even scares you, and you say, I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to conquer this fear by just going through and just doing the thing. And I love that. So that's why, whenever like I think of things that maybe even be challenging for me, and I actually get inspiration from you. I'm like, I bet Adriana could do this. So
First of all, how can you say, do you have challenges? No way, because you're not a human. You're beyond human. You cannot have challenges. Just us humans have challenges. You don't have that. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like I break more things than I build, but that's how I learn. So I'm also very curious, very much like you, very curious, just wanting to learn and grow and push the limits for myself and also help my clients do the same thing. And I loved what you said about looking in the mirror, right? Looking really like looking at the person in the mirror, and you're so spot on because we are so afraid both ways. We are so afraid to look in the mirror to see the goodness in us and also to see our flaws. Like we just don't want to face them, right? When we feel ashamed, we don't want to look in the mirror, like because we don't like who we see. But the opposite is also true. We don't want to look in the mirror because we cannot handle the powerful person that's on the other side, right? It
Exactly.
and it I feel like a lot of us are scared of success. I know I personally was scared of success, and it's I'm so glad we're talking about this, like all of the emotions we feel from one extreme to the other.
Oh yes, but think about it. Most of, like, when you are a child, and this is scientifically fact, from the moment you are given birth on this world until 3 years old. 3 years old, you don't think. You don't have a front of your cortex of your brain to think. It's not ready yet. So the only thing you have is the limbic side, and the limbic, the part of your brain, is the one that actually help you to survive. And that is just by emotions. It's all about whatever the chemicals are go through your body, and that rules the limbic system. It's all about survival. And the child is connected the first 3 years. It doesn't have identity. You don't know you are you know when babies, and you're a mother, so you know more than me. When your children was babies, toddlers, they look in the mirror and they're like talk with themselves like the third person. Isn't that because they don't know they are there? They don't have the identity. So until 3 years old, everything you go is by emotions. And if your emotions been deprived, your emotion being pushed away, not acknowledged or allowed to actually be expressed, then guess what? Then you learn that the way I am and who I am is not good. Expressing my emotion is not good. Only time I will get love is if I behave in a certain way. So my love is conditional. And then you grow up in an adult with depression, with addictions, with you name it. And then you wonder why you are how you are because you don't get it. But everything goes back. Every single client, every single mentor I ever had working with this takes back to what happened in your childhood. Everything, because you are who you are because you got formed, your blueprint, your brain, your identity was formed when you were a child. And then when you grow, you don't have the right tools because nobody told you. And it's not your parents' fault. I always say this. I'm not here to blame parents because parents do the best they can with what they have in that moment. And that's what only matters. But it's our duty as humans to take responsibility of who we are and say, okay, my life is not working well, I'm not happy, let's see what I can do. And instead of, they say you finger point other people, you have one finger pointing at someone else, but you have the other three, guess where they're pointing? Back at you. And that's what I want to bring into this world, to bring more awareness. Because if you have awareness of what's happening around you and inside you, then you can have more capabilities to accept the way it is, because you can change your past, but you can change your perspective of your past. And then afterwards, loves, which is my three formula, the awareness, then you get accept what it is, and automatically love comes naturally, because we are love. Everything inside us, every single pore in our being is love. We come from love, we made with love, and we are going back to love. That's what it is. That is the essence of life.
I love, love, love that. Adriana, you inspire me so much. I I have like so many thoughts going through my mind as I'm listening to you. That I love what you shared about, three fingers pointing back at us, right? The change, I truly believe change starts with us. Like sometimes I'm talking to couples, and whenever you're talking to one spouse, they they think that the problem is with the other spouse, right? All the time. Because as humans, I think we just look for something else to blame, something else to, but people who are coaches, they actually begin to look at their own, what are they bringing to the table. And I love that, they start to question, I am feeling this way, or I see that this pattern is happening, and then they start to catch themselves and they say, okay, I see where I am making it happen, right? So I have the power to stop that cycle. I have the power to stop perpetuating that, and I love what you said about parents also, right? I truly truly believe that they did the best they could with what they knew in that moment, right? And we have a responsibility to break that cycle also, right? We have, like, it stops, like it stops with me whenever I see something that is passed down to me that I now know is not positive. I'm like, I better not pass this on to my children.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
and we're here to do the work. We're here to dig in, dive in, and see what happens. And it's hard.
Yes. But what else we have to do? Like really? What then why are we here? What else we have to do to just do the work with us and then just spread the love that we all have inside of us and the gifts that was given to us? Then otherwise it's a waste of life and a waste of your time. Like really. I only see this. We have one life and one body. Don't screw it up because that's all you get. I don't know if you get the second chance. So just you better enjoy it. You better just love on it and yes, enjoy even the bad parts. I say this, there are no bad parts. Yes, there are positive and negatives, but there's no bad parts, because I couldn't be who I am today. And Timmy, you have your own journey, you have your own story. Could you be who you are today? Could you inspire and help and impact so many lives without you going through what you have went through? So then can you not be grateful for what you have? It's like, it's, yes, it's not easy. Nobody said it's easy. Oh God, I'm still, just because I'm speaking about this, that doesn't mean I'm not, not struggling every day with it. Come on, like, let's be honest. Like people says like, oh, all about this, that mean your life is amazing and perfect. No, it's not. You know why coaches become coaches? You know why therapists become therapists? You know what psychotherapists come to psychotherapists? Because they are the one that needs the most of the help. Because they are the one that struggle the most. And when they help others, they help themselves as well. Because every single person in your life is a mirror of you. Everything you don't want to see in you, don't worry. Universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is gonna bring it. Keep bringing it in front of you and say, you don't look at it. It's here. You don't want to see the things in you. And I'm gonna keep bringing people that's gonna poke and poke and poke your buttons until you see what you need to see. And that's the beauty of life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. I'm cracking up listening to this. Yesterday, my older son came home. He comes home about like half an hour before the little one. And I was warming up food for him. And I knew like whatever I was warming up, the little one wouldn't eat. So I was like, okay, let me just like make something else for him real quick. So I saw oranges. So I peeled oranges, sliced them up for him in a bowl. And the older one comes around and he's like, are they for me? And I didn't want to say like, no, they're not for you. I said, you can have them if you like. And he's like, oh, they're not for me. And I was like, no, you can have them. I will cut up more for your brother. And he's like, no. He's like, I will not have them. They're not mine. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what just happened, So I'm like, no, it's okay. You can have them. And he would not take the bowl. And I looked at my husband. I'm like, what's going on? And he looks at me and he's laughing. He's like, he gets that from you.
How old he is?
My older one is 15.
Okay, so he's have his own personality now. He's forming. He's a teenager. He's have his own personality. It's like when they teenagers, they are this. It goes through this. They're not ready to give up on the child benefits, like the from the parents, not the financially one, the emotionally ones. But then in the same time, they want to be independent. So they are, like ballet, like pendulum between both of them. It's like I still want my mommy, but I want to be independent. It's okay. You didn't make it for me. So yeah, it's beautiful to see their transformations.
Yep. So I got him his own bowl. I cut up two more oranges. I was like, okay, here's your bowl. You can have them. He's like, okay, thank you. He's like all, polite and nice again. And I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Adriana, talk to me about one of the clients that you've worked with. You would say they were like your ideal client. I want to hear, like, who is like your best fit ideal client. You're like, I want this all day long.
I'm sure you know best that our ideal client is us a couple of years ago. And I learned that from you. FYI. You need to learn that, asking me. um my ideal client is the person that it's at the end of the cliff, like they about to jump, they done with it, they know they need help, they know they cannot do this by themselves, they've been trying for maybe many years, many mistrials, many failures, and so on. And then they know that this is not working for them anymore, and they need someone that can understand them, they need someone to hold space for them, they need someone that they've been through what he is going, or she or he is going through now. And then my goal is to show them from a different perspective, to show themselves, to bring the mirror and mirror them back and look at them, the person that wants, and they knows deep inside them, they know they want more, and they know they want to bring up the gifts that was given to them, and they are not quitters, they don't want to quit, they know that even if they are at the break of like, I'm done with this, I know something inside them, they know that it's still a seed there, that it's about to burst, but they don't know what to do with it, they're terrified, and they need someone to maybe hold space, maybe someone to hold their hand and show them a different pathway that they've been until now, that they felt like it's no way out, because that was me.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. And I see that you're so courageous to actually going after people like that, right? I Adriana, I feel like I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm passionate about helping clients, get their businesses launched and stuff like that. But something that scares me and all of that, I'm not yet ready to tackle that. I am not even looking for that in my clients yet, because I feel like, I have more growing up to do, more healing to do. So I applaud you for being so courageous and actually recognizing that, if you're at the end of your rope, if you're at the edge of that cliff, I got you, I want to help you. That is so powerful.
But
So,
we're never ready, Timmy. I think I'm ready? Do you want to know what I said to myself this morning? No, you don't. Wait, I tell you that in private. No, it's I never feel ready. One of my coaches, you know what she told me a couple of months ago? She told me, she said, Adriana, stop getting ready to get ready. Really. How many years you still gonna get ready to get ready? Because you're never gonna be ready. Let me tell you up straight fact. You're never gonna get ready. Start before you're ready. That's the only way you will learn. That's how the experience. How did you gain the incredible experience in tech and everything you're doing now? Because I told you, you have magic fingers, and whatever you do is like just comes out of nothing. I'm like, how did she do this? It takes me 5 hours to open a StreamYard, and she does it in 2 seconds. Like, come on. It's because it comes from within you. Something in there is keep pushing you to do this, because that's what you meant to do. And when you allow it, what I have learned in my experience, and even like I said, I'm still fighting with it and learn to love it and accept it every day. That I don't feel ready, but that doesn't mean I cannot start. I don't feel like I'm, good enough, but that doesn't mean I cannot start or continue what I'm doing. I don't feel like, who I am to do this, or who I am to, to keep the rope or keep the hand of a person that is at the end of their life or at the end of something like that. Because what I do with, I go deep. I go deep with people, and I go so deep that they don't even know how deep we can go. And I don't either. It's just a surprise for me as for them, And if this was given to me in this way, then I cannot deny it. Every single pore in my being, when you see it, when I speak about it, when I'm coaching people, when I'm with people, it's not me. I know my sounds esoteric and woo woo or whatever, but I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest and raw. I don't feel it's me. I feel like it's just something that pulls me to go and do this. And I'm just allowing, I'm like a channel. I'm just allowing through me whatever needs to be that person to feel, to hear, to see, and experience it. And I consider this an honor to be able to stay with someone at the deepest corners and deepest, darkest things of their lives. And me, I was chosen to do that. I can't deny that anymore. I've been trying to deny it for a long time, but I can't deny it anymore. And doesn't matter how much I try to change my pathway to go somewhere else, this is still stirring me back here. It's like, no, this is your path. I don't care you have fears. I don't care what you're going through, but this is who you are. And I don't want to deny it anymore. I'm terrified every single day. I wake up, and when I put that camera, I'm like, okay, what the heck do I say now? What? No, I don't know. I just don't know. I get blocked. Because I'm sitting in front of my own way. And when I let go, that's when it comes. Tonight, when you are you have this beautiful heart and say, let's do a live. I'm like, okay, what do we talk? I don't know. Oh, and then I was terrified. I'm like, what should I read? What should I do first? Maybe I should make notes. And then I catch myself, the observer on me, and I said, okay, Adriana, what's happening? Let's have a chat. Look in the mirror and let's have a chat. Let's talk, girl. So I talked with her literally like I will talk with you now. I asked her what she needs, and she just needs reassurance. And she needs me to let her do what she needs to do. And when I let go, things comes naturally. That's my secret.
I love it. I am sure your message is going to reach whoever it's meant for today. Like, seriously, you are speaking to my heart. I totally, totally feel every word you're saying, because that's my real life, right? That's life every day. And you are inspiring me so super much to really go and face my fears, face, what I am avoiding, do that, right? And yeah, I love
But
it.
can I add something to that, if
Hmm.
you allow me?
Hmm.
Your fears and your doubts, all of those things are the things that loves you the most. I don't know if you heard what I say, but those things I love you the most. Those parts of you that are terrified, that are scared, they love you so much because maybe one day, one time in your life, when you did something, you got hurt, you got, like I said, betrayal, lie, or something, and that part of you came up. I call them the protectors, and they came up, and they were like, I'm never gonna let you feel this again because I don't know if you're gonna survive. So in the moment when those parts come up and they terrified of whatever you want to do, remind yourself that those parts are there to protect you, and they love you so much they're willing to do anything, even stop you to do what you love to do. They're not there against you. They're actually your friend. And when we learn that they are our friends, and we learn to become friends with them and to trust them again, they will become our allies. They will become our partners, and they will help us to do what we need to do. And that's a secret, or not, because it's not a secret. This is part of the research and the schools and everything I have done. That's why I said we don't have bad parts in us. All the parts, all the emotions are good. They there to save us. Like back in the days, when you had fears, if you did think about it, if we didn't have fears, we'll be dead. Back in the wilderness, back in when the tigers were trying to chase us, if you're all fluffy and love and that's it, and no fear, the lion or the tiger will be like, oh, you're such an easy treat. Speck, I got you. You had to have fears because that's the only way we'll survive. So that's if you understand that, then now when the fear comes, you're like, hey, I know why you're here. Let's have a chat. Let's reinsure you, because that's what that fear needs. It needs reinsurance from you to know that you're there for it, that it's not alone in this, that it doesn't have to protect that inner child anymore. And
Hmm.
then you got it because you're the adult.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. All right, Adriana, with your permission, I want to share the link for your upcoming workshop. Can you tell us a little bit about it? When is it and what can we expect?
Yes, I'm so excited. This workshop is meaning a lot to me because I did a couple of other workshops, but I did it at my house, very private, with just very close, like coaching clients and friends. But this time I'm like, like stop getting ready to get ready and just go in the world. So I have a workshop this Saturday, is in Edmonton area here in Canada, Alberta, Canada. But then I had a lot of friends and acquaintances and friends and clients that they're not here in Edmonton. So I already said like I'm gonna record it anyway because I'm my best critic ever. So the perfectionism in me, I'm like I need to see what I do so I can improve. So I decided to do it live in online as well for those that want to join as well. So it's going to be in person and online for everybody that want to join us to go on this incredible adventure. We're going to have fun. We're going to have downs. We're going to have ups. We're going to shake our bums and all the fun stuff we're going to do. Is this Saturday at 2:30 Mountain Time, PM Mountain Time, and it's called the Self Discovery Mastery, because like I said, you can love yourself, you can love other people if you cannot love yourself. You cannot understand and know other people if you don't know yourself. And my goal is to help you to find that hidden truth about our emotions, and how our emotion is impacting all our lives. Because when we are human beings and we feel before we think. We always feel and then we think. The thinking is the process that goes after the feeling, but what comes first is our emotions. And if we don't know how to handle them, we don't know how to understand them and work together with them, not against them, or not numb them, not ignore them, then our life are going to be more meaningful. We're going to have a better connection with ourselves and others, and we're going to feel more satisfied overall.
I love it. So super excited for you. So the link is go.simplifyonething.com/workshop with Adriana. So definitely grab the link. And it's going to be so exciting.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
so,
I am.
so happy.
I am excited too. Someone was asking me, so it's like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "No," but that's the idea. I don't want to be ready. I'd rather just not be ready and do it. And and I know my goal is to serve as many people as I can and serve that comes, because in the end, it's the people that come. Those are the people that needed to hear in this particular moment the message, and the one that doesn't come, that's okay, because it's not their time yet to hear that message, and that's okay. But my goal is to, and I challenge myself to do one every month. So
Mhm. That's
fear or
awesome.
not.
So, Adriana, whenever I have guests on my live streams, it is tradition to do a round of rapid fire round of questions. Are you ready? Can we do that?
Ready? Not ready, but yes.
We're just going to go for it.
Just go for it.
Okay. So, Adriana, what do you do for fun?
For fun?
Mhm.
Oh my God, so many things. One thing that comes in my mind is I love painting, I love hiking, or I love being outside in the nature. I like to go to kids, what do you call it, those kids playgrounds, and go into the playground kid stuff. So I let my inner child play, because sometimes we don't let them a lot to play. I like to play. I like to play with the soccer ball. I used to be a tomboy or tom girl, whatever you call it. And yes, I like to play. Whatever kids do, I like to play puzzles, outside in the mud, you name it.
Love it. Awesome. Adriana, what's your favorite season?
My favorite season. I like fall, because I'm my birthday is in October, and but most importantly is because fall means a lot. When fall is you see all the beautiful colors and the tapestry of the different colors, or in nature, and it's just a delight to my eyes and to my soul. And then because fall means that the trees never fight with the leaves when to let them go, and the leaves never fight with the tree to let go. They just let go when they need to let go. And teach me a big lesson to learn to let go more.
Oh my gosh. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I have a new meaning for fall. I do love the fall colors and everything, but at the same time, when all the leaves fall afterwards, like I think that just that sight is uncomfortable for me. But now hearing what you just said, I think it'll have a new meaning. So I'm grateful. Adriana, what would you say is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, the Sherry Garcia, the one with some little bits of chocolates and and big chunks of cherries.
Awesome. Whoever's watching now they want some.
Yes, I want some too.
Okay. Who is your favorite actor?
Oh God, I struggle with names of actors. The guy that I like Johnny Depp because he's one of the greatest. And then I actually funny thing because I watched a documentary not long ago with him about one of his character he played, and he was playing outside of the role. He was still in his real life was continue to play the same character. Incredible actor.
Mhm.
But I like a lot of actors, but I don't know their names.
Yeah, I'm like you. I wouldn't know the name, but I know, like, sometimes, like, which movie they're in or whatever.
Yeah,
So if you give me a reference, that would be fine too.
yeah,
I love Johnny Depp too. He's like really, really, really incredible as an
yeah.
actor. Like, amazing. Okay, what is one of your all-time favorite books?
Oh, a book that changed my life. It's called Conversation with God
Oh
from
wow.
Neil Dunn Schwartz. Is a trilogy, three books. There are three books, but the first book was the one that actually started my journey in my own self discovery. Couple of good years ago, after my divorce, I will never forget. I moved. I was alone in an apartment. Never lived by myself until that time. I was empty. The house was empty, echoing because I didn't have much. I have a camping chair. It's called camping chair, and a mattress, and like a box of books because I love books. As you can see, I love. Girls love shoes. I love books. And I opened that box, and first thing that came off is one of those books, the first one. And my mom told me, read this book. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I opened that book, and I said, I started reading it, and I couldn't stop reading it. And it changed completely everything about what I knew about God, about life, about humans, about everything. I'm like, after I end that book, I'm like, okay, everything I knew until now is wrong. So I need to start a blank canvas because nothing is right of everything I have learned or been taught.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It so resonates with me. I had a very similar experience. So my mom, for the longest time, kept telling me to pray, 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 right? Well, like, in the middle of, like, super busy season of life and everything. And I didn't used to pray. I didn't used to practice. And I one day at the end of my rope, I did pray, and things started to change for me. But as an adult, when I picked up the Quran, I read it with translation as a grown up. So when I was a child, I learned it in Arabic, but I didn't necessarily know what I was reading. Like, I learned how to read it, but I couldn't comprehend it. But as an adult, when I started reading it with translation, I only read a little bit of it, and it started to change me from inside out. It's like amazing. So I totally, totally get it. It's like so amazing. Thank you for sharing. I
Welcome.
am totally switching gears here. You have to share an embarrassing professional moment that has happened.
Embarrassing professional moments is when people ask me questions and I don't know how to answer them. Oh God, so many. I have so many. Like I said, I feel like I'm still a child, and I have days like, I'm part of Toastmasters, and sometimes I have to go up there and say something, and I have moments when I'm blank, like literally I don't have. Before that or after that, my mouth could just go, no problem. I can speak for you 3 hours. But sometimes some people ask me a certain question, and I just sit there and I'm like, please, something comes out of me. And then people look at me, they don't expect because they know me that I talk a lot. And it's like, what's wrong with Adriana? And that's for me is kind of embarrassing when my brain doesn't want to cooperate with me.
Oh my gosh, Adriana, I can so relate because every day when I'm doing my live streams, half the time, like I hit the live button and I was just like, I totally forgot what I was going to say. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Courtney with us. I'm so happy Courtney's here. Courtney, I thought you'd be in bed by now, but here you are. We're so happy to have you. Courtney's saying can't be worse than mine. So you have to catch Courtney's. I don't know if you watched like my interview when I was interviewing Courtney. Something she shared about her embarrassing moment.
I
You have
don't
to-
remember. I saw it, but I don't remember what she shared.
yeah, Courtney, you have to share again
Yeah.
or not.
In private.
Yeah, it was funny. Okay, Adriana, what's one of your favorite vacation spots?
Oh, Italy, of course, Italy. My parents lives in Italy, so I have opportunity to go there. I'm actually going this spring, and every time I go to Italy, we always explore it, and it's just every time I go there is like exploring a new country. Like I did 2 years ago, I did from the north. My parents live at the north of Italy. We went to the south, and then from east to west, from one side to another coast. And every single part I go there, I feel like I'm in a different country with different food, with different culture. It's just I love that country.
Oh,
It's incredible.
love, love, love it. I've never been, but I'm gonna definitely check it out one of these days. Okay, Miss Adriana, tell us, share with us one of your most memorable childhood moment, or one of the most memorable ones. I'm sure there are many, but share any one of them.
Trying to see what comes first. One of the earliest, that's what came to me now. One of the earliest memories, I don't know if I was 3 or 4 years old. I was playing. I always, like I said, I like to play with mud and make food of mud and leaves because I love to cook. And so I was making stuff like that. And then my grandparents, because I lived in with my grandparents in the village. So back in the days, we have a outhouse. What's called a outhouse. So they had to dig a hole for a new one. And guess went in the hole in the ground? Me, of course, curious child. And then I was there, and of course I couldn't get up of there anymore. And I think I was sitting there for hours into that hole. But I was just me with my toys playing around, having fun. And I remember this that I was playing with my tools. I have like little tools playing around there, and I felt like I was in a different world. And then suddenly I felt like someone was calling me, and suddenly I felt like I was like went back to reality. I was in a different world in that moment, and it felt so beautiful. And I always recall that feeling of being somewhere not in this world, somewhere else, maybe in my imaginary child world, but was such a special place because I felt safe. Even if I was safe because nobody could get me. I was in the hall. uh,
Wow, Adriana, how old were you at the time?
I think 3 or 4. I
Oh
think
wow,
that's the earliest memory I have.
really young.
Yeah.
Very cool. Courtney's funny. Courtney said, let's just say there was a Courtney, you're too funny. Oh my god.
Yes.
Courtney said, oh no. Okay. A few more questions. I want to know. So I know that you have worked with a lot of different people, a lot of different coaches. Who has been an influential coach for you? Who you would say, that person really helped me in a big way?
I cannot pick one. Why you make me choose one? I just
You don't have
can't.
to choose one. Just one of like that. That's why I'm not. They're not necessarily like your favorite coach. I would say like they've had just positive impact or influence on your life. Something that you've picked up from them that you're passing on. I feel like people come into our
Oh,
lives that share some things with us that we just then
yes. It
pass on
is.
to people.
Some people, like I have people that they came in my life for very short period, and some of them said one that's all. Some people need to just say one sentence, and then like everything changes. Like I was saying you earlier, one of my coaches, she said, Adriana, like 6 months, we did 6 months of coaching. And after 6 months, at the end of it, she said, one thing you can tell me, she said, Adriana, stop getting ready to get ready. And I will never forget that. It's stuck in my mind. And I felt like she kicked my ass, which I needed. So thank you. But I take it from every single person I came into my life, because every single person was contributing, was a puzzle into my growth as a human being. And I feel like I'm still a baby. I still have so much growth to do. And like I remember the times when I met you, and when I saw you do like do everything, and you show me Canva. And it's funny because you are the one that helped me to change my mind about Canva. Because when I started, before I met you, I was trying Canva and I was like this. I'm like, what the heck do I do wrong? I don't get this. It seems easy, but it's complicated for me. And then you came and you had your class, and you show a couple of, and I'm like, wait, what? Is that easy? Why I didn't get it? And then I'm like, okay, I'm giving another chance to Canva again. So that was one thing. And then there's so many other things I have learned from you too. You inspire me because you had a good job, you had a dream come true, let's say it, you did all of this. And even though I don't know from where and what, you had the guts to give up on all of that and go for something that you were terrified. Like, I'm like, okay, then if, like you said, if you can do it, I can do it too. And I see you that you never stop doing, like, you're always challenging yourself. You always like, okay, I don't know this, but I'm gonna learn, I will figure out. You never say I don't know. You just like, give me a minute. Give me a minute and I'll come back to you. So I learned that, like, okay, if I don't say I don't know, just say I will figure it out. I will figure it out.
See how you tackle like people and like people transformation, right? I tackle tech like that. I'm like, let me just see what this button does. Let me just see what happens when I press this. Like, let's just see what happens. I feel like you're actually like that with people.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, I love push people buttons, even if they don't like it.
Oh my gosh. No, but that is how we grow, right? That's how even our clients, that's how they grow, right? We
Yeah.
challenge them. We actually provide a safe environment, but at the same time we challenge them, right? So that they can see what they're made of.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love what we do. All right. What advice would you share with our people?
Mm. I will tell what I told myself in the mirror. You're not broken. If you think and you told yourself many, many times that you are broken, you're not broken, my friend. And the pain and the joy and all the feelings that you go through, they are okay. They are part of you, and they are very normal to feel all the disappointment, all the emotions that goes through you. They are absolutely normal because you are a human. Remind yourself you are a human before anything else. Before you are CEO of a company, before you have a million people under you, before you struggle, before your trauma, before anything that's happening in your life, you are a human. And you know what's the hardest things as a human is to be a human. We forget to be humans. We do everything else. We try to be superhumans. We try to do everything outside of this world, but we forget the basic is to be humans, to have more grace for ourselves, to have more love for ourselves. But we want all the love in the world, but we cannot give that to us. We can, but we don't know how yet.
I love you so super much. You're just such a beautiful soul, such an incredible human being. You inspire me so super much, Adriana. Keep on going, keep on doing all of the amazing things that you're doing and how you're impacting so many lives. I am just so grateful and feel so blessed to have you as a friend and to know you as a person.
Thank you so much as well. I am grateful for you for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of my heart and a little bit of my passion with your audience. And I always am grateful for everything I learned from you and with you. And I know that our journey doesn't stop here. It just started.
We
Ooh.
just we'll so do this again too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Courtney's so amazing. Courtney said, "You're both so amazing and have wonderful hearts." Yes. And
Yes.
Courtney, you do too.
Yes, Corny, she's like the big sister that she keeps us under her wing and then she kick our butts when we need it. Because we need it sometimes.
With love, of course,
Yes,
right?
we love. It's all from love.
Okay. Adriana, I've had a blast having you here, and we'll do this again sometime very soon. And I wish you all the best. People who are going to come to your workshop on Saturday, their lives are going to be so blessed, and they're going to come out, be like new people on the other side. I'm just so excited.
Definitely. I am excited too, and I'm honored for every single person that's going to be there because I know that I'm going to pour my heart to all of them because that's the most important. It's just to be me. I learn to allow myself to be me. Doesn't matter with flaws or not, or ready or not ready. I'm just going to allow myself to be me, and whatever has to come through me, the message that they need to receive, that's what's going to happen. So thank you so much again for this opportunity. Thank you so much for everyone for watching, and reach out to Timmy because she is the one that's going to help you to move your business from here to up there. I promise you. She helped me and she can help you too.
Thank you so much, Adriana. Do you want to share your social link? Where can people connect with you?
Yes, yes, yeah. I can share my it's just Adriana D Marvel. They can find me on Adriana D Marvel on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook, and and soon I will have the website and all the other stuff ready as well too. Or they can join my community, my Facebook community, which is called Turn Your Mess into Your Mastery.
Mm, love that. Yeah, Adriana, I'll have you post links of that in this video
Yeah.
afterwards, right? And then everybody can have that. That would be so fantastic.
Yes.
I love you, and I love Courtney too. All right, we'll do this again
Yes.
sometime. All right, may peace and blessings be with you, my friend. Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good night. Thank you so much, everyone.